Welcome to this week's episode of Biz Success in 15, where top experts share hot tips and strategies that you can implement in as little as 15 minutes to build your dream business. And now here's your host, the Visibility Whiz, Cindy J.
Hi, I'm Cindy J, the Visibility Whiz, and welcome to this week's episode of Biz Success in 15, where you'll get tips and strategies that you can take in 15 minutes or less from experts in their field. Today, I'm honored to welcome our guest, Michelle Kopper. She is the Inspired Voice Business and Performance Coach. She helps emerging and established visionaries give voice to their transformational message, online, on stage, and on camera, so that they can attract their most aligned clients and opportunities. Michelle uses leading-edge visibility strategies, tools from the Performers Toolkits, and over 25 years as a personal development mentor, performance coach, and mindset master to help changemakers, healers, authors, and experts share their big gifts and play full out to make their biggest impact in the world. Her motto is "Every voice matters." I love Michelle, and thank you so much for being our guest. And welcome, Michelle. How are you today?
Thank you for having me. It's always interesting to hear that read back and think, oh, yeah, I get to do that. I get to do that. I'm great. I love being here. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. So to begin with, share with us a personal or business challenge that you had to overcome in order to achieve the success that you've came to?
Let me see. There's one, like a recent one, more recent the last few years, and then there's kind of an overarching one. And so what comes up for me in the overarching realm was finding, embracing, embodying, welcoming marketing. Yeah. And I love what I do, and I love the transformation that I bring, but learning how to step into being highly visible and owning that has been a journey of many years, decades. I was a TV commercial actress for a good period of my 20s and 30s, and I was much easier to sell, to talk and share about, potato chips and phone service than it was to say what I do and the gift I bring, and really find the words and learn how to relate to my clients. So learning how to embrace and embody marketing. One of my favorite mentors taught me that our marketing is going to make the biggest impact in the world, because more people will experience our marketing than will probably work with us directly or in group programs, or you know what I mean? So
I definitely do. It's interesting because I know you're really falling into what my next question to you was, because I know that you've appeared in many commercials, and I've heard you say that it was so much more difficult for you to do your own videos and share your message than it was to sell other people's stuff, like, the soaps and the shampoos. So you can explain how to overcome some of those fears, some that you had to overcome yourself?
For me, my resistance to doing videos was that I felt like it was going to be hugely time consuming, and that I need, honestly, after having been on a professional commercial set or 30, I wanted a crew and hair and makeup and another editor and an artistic design. I wanted somebody to tell me what to say. Because my training in particular was around bringing other people's words to life was easier for me. So the challenge was then, how do I find my own words, give my own voice, take and in a way that people can hear me and be drawn to working with me, rather than me not clearly communicating what I do and who I serve. So what allowed me to cross the video hurdle around that was that I had the realization, first, every change starts with awareness. I became aware of, like, wow, I've done all these TV commercials and I'm not using video to share my work with the world. There was some energetic stuff to heal, some mindset stuff. I call myself a visibility mindset master. And that's because I have had to overcome many, many layers of resistance and vulnerability. I would say my vulnerability is a strength now, but that exposed feeling of being on camera. So I did a 30-day video challenge. I just said, I'm going to make a video for 30 days. And then I immediately realized, oh God, I have to figure out what to say. What do I make a video about? Right. And that's when
Right.
I realized how challenging it is to talk about what we do, and came up with, clever ideas like if we can't talk about our work, we'll have less work to talk about. And so I set about creating a system to really let my clients do the writing for me. I started with asking and engaging people in questions and finding out what they wanted to know and what their problems were. And then I created a simple, really 3-step system to taking my clients' experience and top of mind problems and putting it into a quick video content.
It sounds fascinating. I
Yeah,
know
so I
I
got
love
better
your
at doing
work.
that.
Yeah, and I know we've worked together so much, like even the fears. And also, you state that you help excavate shy, introverted, or shamed voices,
Mm,
reclaim their divine right to self-express. Why are they shamed, and why are they, so shy online? Because I've noticed even the biggest extroverts, me included, at first, whenever I would get on video, I would just freeze and I wanted everything to be perfect. So why does somebody
mm.
feel shamed, and how do they overcome this to really be able to be their authentic self online?
Yeah, good question. Juicy stuff. My favorite. Um, so we have 100 messages from 100 different directions in our culture, starting with we should be seen and not heard, and being ridiculed for standing up, speaking up, stating our beliefs from every angle. And a lot of us have been specifically shamed around the sound of our voice. Or something we have said in educational settings, uh, and in our home life and in our family. And it's all from a desire to protect us from being embarrassed, right? We don't want to stand out. I talk about don't be too, TOO, right? Don't be too smart. Don't be too pretty. Don't be too dumb. Don't be too ugly. Don't be
Hmm.
too funny. Don't be too loud. We can go on and on and on. So that's
I can I can totally see that, and just what you said, because I'd never thought that I was shamed, but I do know, like, being perfect. And what you just brought back to my mind was my first unideal client.
mm,
He used to yell at me because of my pronunciation of woman versus woman. And so when I started doing video, I wanted every pronunciation to be right. And I know even at that time, it was a relief when my coach told me that I didn't need to work with this client that was constantly humiliating me. If she
yeah,
didn't like my voice, how could I help her? And so
yeah.
I'd never thought of that shame like that. So whenever somebody says something like that and
Mm.
it gets into our mind, we are trying to fix it on video so nobody else can say it.
Yeah, we can get it's a real setup for those of us who are inclined to perfectionism. Perfectionism is another huge obstacle. I would say that I've done a lot of personally releasing the perfectionism. One of my secret sauces is about helping people take imperfect action. And that's because I was, gifted with an ability to let go of that and saw results so quickly that that is a huge important part of what I teach and what I bring. This idea of being shamed, what happens wherever that message comes from and from whatever part of our life it comes from, uh, we end up taking it up, taking it on, and it becomes like a habit of thinking. And the idea that we can be so perfect that nobody could ever tease us, shame us, judge us is erroneous. It's a
Right.
waste of time, and it's exhausting. And once we kind of put the light of day on that and we see again some awareness around it, it becomes really clear that that's an extraordinary amount of energy and it's totally unsustainable. But it's a huge reason why people feel so conspicuous on video, because on video we have this record button, and then all of a sudden this camera comes on, and the camera really does magnify everything, and it feels like 1 million people are going to watch it right away, And it feels like it's a permanent record. It will be on, the ones and zeros will be imprinted forevermore, and it'll get out of us, and we'll look stupid, or we'll fumble over the words, or we won't feel good about what we've said, or we'll ramble. People have a lot of different worries about how to be good enough or show up, and how people are going to judge them, how people are going to perceive them when they work on camera. So what's happening?
I want to delve just a little bit more into this, because I know we only have a short time together. And just because a lot of people are afraid to be on camera, they believe and they hear, hey, I can just do a PowerPoint and have my voice behind it, and it's going to be just as effective. And I'd love to know your viewpoint on that.
I think that it can be effective. I'm still parsing out in terms of like video for webinars and whether or not the slides are more valuable than the video.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, they said this. I found a new statistic that said there's 80% of internet traffic is going to be video by 2019. And in that noise, in that stream of endless videos, there's going to be so many people making slideshows and using stock footage. Even the very clever people who are making great, funny, cute, engaging videos, they're going to have a big impact. But because I work with mostly coaches, healers, authors, and experts who are here to bring a big vision, and change makers, visionaries, people who want to make a huge impact as well as have a successful, thriving business, those of us who are doing that, we are the voice and the face of our brand. And if we aren't willing to step into that, we are going to be limiting our reach, limiting our opportunity to connect with clients. So I do believe that being able to have authentic presence and your enthusiasm and your personality and flowing conversations on camera, live especially, that's going to only get more. And also just being natural and relaxed and authentic and connected to your value, your wisdom, your message, and knowing what you bring, and showing up with your presence on camera is going to help you rise above some of that noise, and definitely going to help you attract those aligned clients instead of those shamers.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. Can you share a 15-minute strategy that our listeners can take in order to grow their business?
Yes. One strategy that comes to mind is a template that I use for creating video content, that content that I alluded to earlier, having your clients do the writing for you. And that is focused on creating a 90-second to 3-minute quick rapport building video that will build your brand, establish yourself as the expert, and give people an opportunity to get to know you and take the next step toward being able to work with you. So being able to do a quick video like that in just a few minutes really is possible when you have worked out a few of the simple logistics. So I would say to have a phone and maybe a tripod so that it's steady is enough to get started with either live or recorded videos, and that you don't need to do fancy editing. And using this template that I have, I call it the fast video formula, how to shoot hot videos that actually attract clients in 5 minutes or less. And once you have that template and you know how to use it, you can be at a live event where you and I met, and be in a great environment and get a moment of inspiration from something you've learned on stage. Know that it's your top of mind problem for your client or your ideal client, potential client, and have a system to create a quick, concise video that will actually have a call to action for them to take the next step. Not necessarily selling every single time, but knowing how to craft that little quick nugget of value is hugely powerful and can go super far in attracting your ideal clients and building your business when you have that tool available to you.
And that's the whole thing is I know some people that with every single video that they are selling something versus connecting. And to me, that's like saying, hi, Michelle, nice to meet you. Let's get married. And I know a lot of people, do that automatically. And that's one of the things that I love about video is it does allow people to get to know who I am. And I'm not selling anything. I'm just sharing value. And hopefully they can take it and grow their own businesses. And I know that you come from the same value, the same
Yeah.
heart base. Yes.
Absolutely. And at the same time, we do need to have that call to action in every video. So how do we do that without being salesy and selling all the time? And that can be as simple as, share this video if it helped you, if you have a friend, giving simple prompts if we're posting on social media, simple prompts like agree or disagree, or in one word, how do you relate to this topic? Little easy, quick ways for them to generate. There's many reasons why that generates value for your business, because every click, comment, like is valued by Facebook. I almost said Shakespeare. I'm not sure where that came from. So there's value to you in that, but learning how to create engagement through your videos and connection and get people to start to invest that like, share, heart, click is very powerful to have your videos actually get you clients. Yeah, and it warms them up.
It's a two-way communication, and that's where today's marketing is that two-way communication.
Absolutely.
I do understand that you have a wonderful gift for our community. So can you share a little bit about it?
Yes, I'm sharing the fast video formula with you. So it's a pretty in-depth PDF for you to look at and learn how to create these, my system for creating video content that actually works to attract you clients. And so that you can, it's three bullet points that you use, having your introduction that is learned, and you get those words in your mouth and you can say it easily with your personality every time. And then a formula for creating this content, taking your topic or your idea, asking your clients for their top of mind problem to get those ideas, and then how to have these 3 simple bullet points. And I encourage people not to use a script, but rather to work from bullet points. So you really are finding the thoughts, you're teaching and doing what you want to do. So it's all laid out in an in-depth way for you to master this 3-point system to create content from the moment inspiration strikes. And the goal is that you get really good at that so that you can make these rapport building, client attracting videos in just a few minutes or less, anytime, anywhere.
And I do know for myself, those 3 bullet points helped me so much just overcome my perfectionism. Because whenever you're working from a script, you want every word to be precise, and you're more concerned about, am I saying the right words, than you are giving from the heart. So that was a huge lesson I learned from you that I wanted to thank you for. And
we work so hard on figuring out how to say it and what to say, especially if we come up with like great phrases or people respond to clever words that we've created, then we get stuck in our head and we're trying to remember those words. So practice and repetition and dropping in and teaching and dropping in and sharing our value is the muscle that we build. And then those words, the ones that stick, the ones that work, become a part of us, and they're available to us all the time.
And thank you very, very much for being my guest today, Michelle. And for all of our guests, you want to go to Biz Success in 15. That's BIZ Success NIN and the number 15.com. And all of the links are going to be there for you to download Michelle's great gift and to re-listen or watch this session. And before we leave, do you have any parting thoughts or words you'd like to share with our community?
I would say that every voice needs to be heard, and every human has a story and value to bring. So if there's any resistance or hesitancy around being visible online, on stage, or on camera, to find your support and your trusted advisor and mentor and community to mirror back to you your value. I think that owning a business and running a business is a creative endeavor, and creativity flourishes in collaboration. So don't go it alone. And if there's any sticking points, trust the universe to bring you that perfect person to help you transcend that, because when you do, it is your message that can come through, and your message, your gift, the work you're here to bring through is so much more important and so much bigger than any fear or hesitancy or perfectionism that you might have.
Great words of wisdom. Thank you very much, Michelle.
You're welcome.
And to our audience, be sure to visit Biz Success in 15 so you can re-listen to Michelle's great words of wisdom. Be sure to grab your free gift so you can start making your own awesome, amazing videos. Be sure to tune in with us next week, and big hugs to you all.
You've been listening to Biz Success in 15. For all links mentioned in today's show and to watch or listen to previous episodes, visit bizsuccessin15.com. Thanks so much for listening, and be sure to tune in next week for another amazing guest.